Nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell.
Yo, this is Apocalypse, the lyrical warner, hip-hop revelator. And you rockin' with the nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell, you understand me?
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we are in the building. Welcome to the Rockwell Radio Show. This is your nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell, broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia. And I got a fly episode for you today. And normally you see me sitting by myself. Normally you see me sitting in the studio by my lonesome. But if you look to my left, your right, oh my God, in the studio with me is a brother that I've had the pleasure of knowing for a short time, but I've been impacted by his work in a major way. Welcome to the Rockwell Radio Show for actually the second time.
Yes, sir.
My brother, I-Born. Come on, y'all.
Yes, sir, beloved. Thank you for having me, my brother.
Let me set this up a little bit.
Talk to me.
We're gonna set this up a little bit. A little background.
Yes, sir.
This brother was introduced to my radar through a mutual brother of ours,
Yes, sir.
Brother Caleb Muhammad. Salute to Brother Caleb. Give me that real quick.
Salute.
Now, and he was like, yo, Rock, I got a brother you got to hear. And he sent me a link to this man's music.
Freedom fighter, black god enlightener. I rhyme nice as sculpture pulpit with hellfire. I slumbered in the hyperbaric chamber after they sentenced me. Now in 2024, they all mention me. Speak gospel, apostle, AMG, G5 wagon, titanium, Harley throttles.
And I've been a fan ever since, King.
Appreciate you, beloved. Truly.
A fan ever since. So what I would like to do, I want to first of all invite everybody out there listening to go ahead, hit that like and share button, follow the 3 steps of the Rockwell Radio Show. You know quite well what they are. That means hit that like button, hit that share button. And if you're watching, go ahead and tag somebody. Let them know to join this very special episode of the Rockwell Radio Show where we got company. Dave, I got to be on my good behavior. We got company today. So, and above all, we want everybody to subscribe to the Rockwell Radio Show. Follow us on YouTube /the Rockwell Radio Show. So, it's very seldom I have guests in studio, but when you told me that you were in the city,
Yes, sir.
we had to make room. I had to pull out the big chair for my brother and bring this brother in to tell the world about who you are and what you do. If you are new to the Rockwell Radio Show, we've been on the air for 3 years, and we cover the intersection of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and how they impact and intersect with hip-hop culture. That's what the Rockwell Radio Show has been about, is about, and will be about. And we take the time to highlight the artists within and even without the nation that represent freedom, justice, and equality. And my brother is one such artist. Our brother out of Mount Vernon. Big up Mount Vernon, come on now.
Big up Mount Vernon, money under Mount Vernon.
And brother recently performed this past February as Savior's Day and absolutely shut it down.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you.
The brother sent me a link to his YouTube channel where I saw that he had collaborated with people like Styles P from The Lox.
Styles P.
Where he collaborated with people like AZ.
Yes, sir. The legend.
And I'm not talking about no throwaway joints. These was hit records with, I'm talking about high quality videos.
Yes, sir.
Major label quality videos.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, how come I didn't know about this cat? So today we're taking the time to introduce this brother to the Rockwell Radio Show. Let's start with this question, big bro.
Yes, sir.
The name I-Born.
Right.
Tell us the background and the origin of the name.
The name I-Born, I came up as a teenager in the 5% Nation, Gods and Earth.
Yes, sir.
That was my background. That was my love. That was my introduction to who the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was.
Yes, sir.
Is Master Father Muhammad. I became a student of study, and that name was given to me by my enlightener, whose name was I God. He gave me the name Lord I-Born, Allah, and the name I-Born just stuck with me. And the name is basically complete. You know, the I is the ninth alphabet, which is Islam, and in the mathematics is born, and it's just a completion of everything. And I-Born just embodies who I am as an individual. I strive for the completeness of self, the completeness of anything that I involve myself into. So that name I-Born is, I had to come into the understanding of it. It's the completion of self.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
Salute. My brother, Mount Vernon, New York.
Yes, sir.
I have never visited Mount Vernon, but we know the legends who come from there.
Yes.
We know that's the home of Heavy D.
Heavy D, the late great, my big brother.
We know that's the home of Pete Rock
CL Smooth.
and CL. What would you say when you think about the legacy that you're standing on?
Right.
How would you describe the sound of Mount Vernon?
Mount Vernon has its own unique sound. Mount Vernon is right next to the North Bronx, where hip hop was originated at. So Mount Vernon has own unique style. Mount Vernon just has the bravado and flyness of Harlem, that aggression of Brooklyn, a little bit of grit of the Bronx.
Come on.
Just that, the realness of Queens. And we just have our own way of doing things. And that sound is it's extremely unique. And it just represents richness, flyness, diversity, culture, all of that. That's what Mount Vernon is.
For those who've never been to Mount Vernon, like myself, tell us a bit about the city.
Mount Vernon is 4.4 square miles. Mount Vernon is just a beautiful place. I've been there my entire life. The legacy of Mount Vernon is just incredible. We have pioneers that have come out of Mount Vernon also. Denzel Washington.
That's right. How can we forget?
Al B. Shore.
How can we forget?
How can we get Stephanie Mills?
The list goes on.
The list goes on. So, just our sound and our style is just unique in itself. I think, out of Westchester, Mount Vernon, we're the trendsetters in a lot of the culture in hip hop. Because Heavy D was involved in Universal, and the branch from Universal Uptown Records blossomed into everything to, these different labels with these different people. And these people have impacted the game on a very large level, so.
Brother, I was blown away by what I heard. And I'm going to tell you one of the things that attracted me to what I heard.
Talk to me.
Is you were able to give us NOI hip hop, if you allow me to use that phrase.
Yes, sir. Please.
But you didn't make it preachy. And you were able to do it, and you were able to evade being, as they like to call, the corn.
Right, the corn.
You evaded the corn. And I think that's the challenge that we always overcome. So what I want to be able to talk about in this brief conversation is, let's start with, how did you come to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Right.
And I want to ask, when did you know that you wanted to incorporate that into your art?
Well, that's a funny story. So during my journey in the 5% Nation, my Uncle Lewis, who is very good friends with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who was in the First Resurrection, was actually one of Malcolm's lieutenants. So when my father used to watch me study, and he used to always hear me talk about Elijah Muhammad, he said, you need to go talk to your uncle.
Come on.
So I took a trip. My uncle lives in New Rochelle. I went to my uncle's house, and we had a conversation, and he was telling me all these stories. He said, I met the messenger, and I used to do this, and I'm sitting there looking at him like, you capping. But my uncle was so sincere, so real. And to come to find out that, you know, I had the opportunity. I joined the Nation of Islam in 2002.
Yes, sir.
Went to the mosque at that time. Minister Abdul Hafiz, may Allah be pleased with him. His name was Minister Kevin.
Yes.
Student Minister Brother Arthur introduced me to everybody who was in the 5% Nation that transitioned to the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
So it made me feel very comfortable.
Beautiful.
But Minister Hafiz dropped it when I found out that he came from the 5% Nation of gods and herbs. I accepted those teachings right then and there. I was blessed shortly after that to go into detail after I got my ex to Boston. And I told my father I was going there. He said, if you see the minister, like I'm just going to get next to the Honorable Minister of Farrakhan, right? If you see the minister, you tell the minister that me and your uncle said hi because we painted his house. I'm like, all right, Dad. And, you know, brother, if I tell you, it was the most incredible, surreal thing that when it was over, the minister was moving with the E-team, and Brother Khalil said, yo, brother, go say something to the minister. I said, I'm not saying nothing. You crazy? And sure enough, brother, the team just opened up like this, and it was the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Come on.
And I walked to him, and you know, if you remember the Malcolm X movie when Malcolm first met the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, how he couldn't look at him. I took the minister's hand, and he pulled me to him, and he cheeked me when I went to this side. I said, dear minister, I said, my Uncle Louis and my father from New Rochelle send their love. And Joshua, you know, he didn't play those games. He saw that and tried to come through. He said, no, son. And the minister hugged me so tight. He said, you tell your father and your uncle, I send my love.
Come on.
And it was such an amazing thing. But, you know, just to bring it back, I got introduced to the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad truly through my Uncle Louis, who, you know, was one of those soldiers in Westchester for the Nation of Islam in Muhammad's Mosque number 7.
Shout out to Uncle Louis real quick.
Uncle Louis.
Shout out to Uncle Louis real quick, bro. So, obviously, you've been rhyming a minute. Well, let me not assume. When did you start rhyming?
I got more than 30 years under the belt of rhyming. I'm a student of hip hop. I came up, you know, I was fans of some legends, you know. Rakim, Kane, G-Rap.
Say that. Call them out.
You know, call them out. Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, you know, the real lyricists. So I was definitely a huge fan of those brothers. And, you know, I was penning. You know, at one point in my life, you know, things went left and I was incarcerated.
Sure.
For almost 6 years. And during this time, I met a young man whose name was Robert Ross. We know to be Black Rob.
Word.
And Black Rob, he just, you know, it was a battle that went down, and he told me, he said, brother, he said, keep writing, yo, you're going to be dope, just keep writing. And I'm like, man, I'm going to go home. I'm not thinking about writing. But he put it in me to like, yo, just to write. And we departed, and I wrote, and I just started to craft something incredible. The wordplay just started to develop. I was able to remember these rhymes, and then I started to breathe life into the rhymes.
Come on.
Rhymes took their own journey, and you know, to this day, when you talk in the prison system in New York City, or state of New York, Born is legendary.
Say that.
As one of the greatest MCs to ever come through any state correctional facility yard. And it's not to brag about prison, but that's where the skill was crafted at. That's where I harnessed my skill set at. So I've been doing this for some time, beloved, and you know, we're here.
How would you define your subject matter pre-Islam and post?
Pre-Islam, beloved, pure savage. I have to be real with you. I used to throw things in there from the lessons, but you know, it was violent, it was aggressive. One thing I never did was degrade a black woman.
Come on.
I never did those type of rhymes, just crazy, like, you know, other type of rhymes. That was never my thing. Post, it's a funny story. I had such a hard time. You know, Brother Arthur, Minister Arthur used to say, yo, you need to try to do these positive, salute Minister Arthur. He's like, you need to try to do these positive raps. I'm like, beloved, I can't do it. And it really wasn't my time. And I tried, and it was just like, nobody could accept or respect the transition for me trying to be the quote unquote righteous rapper. Right. After me talking about going to your block and laying everybody down. Nobody wanted to hear that. I'm like, oh, what happened to you? Like, whatever. We don't believe that. But, you know, Allah is the best of planners.
Come on.
And he saw fit in this dispensation of time to give me a word. And how to give the word where the word will be accepted in this atmosphere, in this environment.
That's where I'm going next. Go ahead.
Right. So I studied certain rappers in the nation, and I'm like, nah, I can't get preachy with it. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? The same way when I was savage and I used to throw the lessons in there, I'm gonna do it now, but I'm gonna do it in a more positive way, so that I can spoon feed them. I can give them a little, give them a little bean soup before I bring them on to the real meal of the salmon. Right. And asparagus before I got them there. So I said I'm gonna just dart them up a little bit here and there. So I was able to be very witty and cunning, not to be too preachy, but to just drop jewels in here. Like in my freestyle, I'm talking about Dianetics. I'm talking about Master Fard Muhammad splitting an atom into 10 parts. Lost fans don't know what it is, but it sure don't sound good. And they're like, well, who's Master Fard Muhammad? And how did a man split an atom into 10 million parts? In the nation, we know what it is.
Exactly.
But it's just you got to season the meal right. You can't over season it,
Man, matter of fact, how much time I got in this segment? Okay, I got a few minutes left in this segment. With that particular song, one of the things that I admire about your work is your video presentations are immaculate.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Brother, you don't spare you put your work in so the viewer is entertained, is informed, and is actually wowed by the work you put into the video work. Go to his YouTube page, and we'll give you all that later, and watch the series of his videos. Tell me how you craft your video presentation concepts.
Well, it goes according to the song. And, I was to be a fan of the artists that are on my project. You got AZ, I got Ghostface, I have Styles P, I have Junior Reed, I have Case and other artists. So for me to study them, it kind of gave me a better idea of, I said, you know what, let me tap into their world a little bit and bring it into my world. So, AZ is one of the flyest MCs, wordplay is incredible. So I said, we're going to just do something in the studio, but just to have that certain type of flyness with it. Styles P, that was a whole different mindset right there. We brought, the Rolls Royce that just came from England, just cleared customs. And I said, we're going to put this bad boy right in front of the projects.
Teach him how to rhyme again, God. Indeed. Street crusaders, talk of the knowledge why they hate us. Willie the Willies, they can't break us. Who said they better than me? Send them to me, I destroy them all. You know my pedigree, you know the recipe.
To just show that, that flyness of the urban area, but still have grace and style with it, to mix in the FOI drilling and just have the community involved. So, and my videographer GQ, his brother's, he's a young brother, but his mind, I have to give him a lot of the credit. I come with the treatment. Big GQ, appreciate you, beloved. And when I give him the treatment, he says, you know what, we're gonna shoot, and then he puts it all together. So it's like a 50-50 thing with that. And that's why you see the qualities of videos. And we're from the hype, era, the Benny Boom era, when videos had substance, it just had a brightness to it, and it just attracted you to the video. So I try to bring that feel back, and that was the reason why I named the project RTF, Restore the Feeling.
Come on.
I wanted to restore a feeling in hip hop that was missing. There was a lot of, no disrespect to the drill music, that's what they do, but I wanted to bring that rhyming style back of bars over dope beats, and that's what we did, and that's what we got, Restore the Feeling, which we're well over 1 million streams worldwide right now. Praise
come on. Big up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Rockwell. You tune into the Rockwell Radio Show. This is a special edition. I've got live in studio with me today, my guest, I-Born, representing Mount Vernon, New York, and we're right here in the ATL Broadcasting Live. Brother, you just mentioned a who's who of people you have worked with.
Right.
Let's pick one. Styles P.
Right.
Tell me how these collaborations even came about.
Me and Styles, we all go back. Styles, Kiss, Sheik Luch, from Westchester, Yonkers, and Mount Vernon is right next to each other. And for those that don't know, I'm like the godfather, or shall I say the Adam of the calisthenic world. When you see those videos with those brothers doing workouts in the park,
Yeah.
So we shot something called Thug Workout in 2000 for Rough Riders, and it went just global. And I'm the first one to do these self-taught moves on a pull-up bar.
Crazy.
So I had the opportunity to be around Styles a lot. We had a great relationship. And let me just say something, like, Styles is a different type of human being. Like, you know, you have some brothers that are rappers and they can't escape the rapper just to be a normal person. Styles P is about the community. He's about the love of Black people. He has these juice bars where he tries to sell people vegetables and just to prolong their life. He has a pharmacy for life where he has a vitamin shop. And he's just an overall great person. I heard the beat, I called him, and the conversation went like this. Peace, what's good? Black man, yo, what's going on? How's your family? Everything is well. I'm like, yo, Styles, I'm doing something, this project. What you need? I need a hook. That's it? Yeah, that's it. All right, I got you. Send me the beat. And it's a funny thing. So this was Ramadan 2022. And I'll never forget it. After Fajr prayer, I checked my phone. He said, Joe, check your email. He said, I sent you something. He said, sorry for the wait. And me and my wife had the opportunity to listen to the verse and the hook that he did. And because of that one song right there, it opened up so many doors. And I owe Styles P a great deal of respect, a great deal of love. Thank you, Styles. You know, appreciate you, good brother.
Crazy. Again, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about NOI hip hop, we're not talking about run-of-the-mill music. We're talking about an impactful genre of music that is reaching people. When we talk about reach, your videos are reaching tens of thousands of views per streams. And what you just said, how many?
Oh, we're well over 1 million streams.
Tell me, does it surprise you that your subject matter being what it is,
Right.
freedom, justice, and equality, are you surprised that people are hungry for this kind of work?
Yes, because you know what it is? I think they're tired of the music that's out now. And I think that people want substance. They want to hear something that's inspirational, that's motivational. They want to hear something about the upliftment of our people in our community. So I think that's why they gravitated to this project in the way it was handcrafted verbally and musically. I'm not surprised at all. And at the end of the day, you know, me and my wife talk about this all, you know, Master Fard Muhammad is the executive producer of my project.
Say that.
So, you know, I know my God and I know his power. So I'm not surprised at all. And this is just the beginning, you know, but my God saw fit for this to happen at this volume, and it's only going to get greater.
Brother, we're going to take a brief break. Y'all, we need everybody to hit that like button, hit that share button, and subscribe to the Rockwell Radio Show. This is DJ Rockwell. When we come back, we're going to take a quick peek at his upcoming video that's going to be out there crazy all over the world. We're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about battle culture.
Oh, we can talk about all that. Yes, sir.
And you know, I'm going to ask you that question about that. You know, we're going to talk about that.
Let's go. I'm looking forward to it.
you know where I'm going.
Yes,
and we wanted, because we had Dr. Wesley on the show recently.
Yes.
And he laid some great pressure on our minds about where we should be. And I want to get your take on something that he said.
Yes, sir.
This is the Rockwell Radio Show. That's Outgoing. We'll be right back after this.
What up with it, man? You already know what time it is. It's me, Young Conor Don. I'm up in this thing.
Peace. This is Aziz, the Kid Kareem, the Life Giving MC.
Peace, everyone. This is Brother Anthony K. Muhammad, also known as A-Tone, the hip-hop historian.
Peace, family. What's going on? It's Brother Jabril, Brother Mustafa, Lordship Productions in the building.
I am your sister, Arian Nicole. Peace, peace, peace. It's your sister, Sue Axel. You're watching the Rockwell Radio Show.
You are now tuned in live to the Rockwell Radio Show.
Right now, you're listening to Rockwell Radio Show.
Rockwell Radio. If you ain't listening, man, you wasting time. You on all these other stations, you need to tap in. Rockwell Radio.
You know what it is. Watch them.
And I'm here with Brother Rockwell, the Rockwell Radio Show.
You ain't in the game, you in the stand. Stop playing, man. Let's go.
When last time you bought a Final Call?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? We always want to start. I mean, this is what I'm not doing. Yeah, everybody go buy a Final Call tomorrow. Everybody who watched it. The Muslims shouldn't have no papers in their hand tomorrow. Because you know what the Muslims gonna do with the money?
True.
They're gonna create other Muslims.
True.
You know what the Muslims gonna do? They're gonna keep your neighborhood safe. They're gonna show your little girl ain't nothing wrong with wearing a long dress. They're gonna teach your children they're the original people on earth. So you know what that little $2 gonna do. So go and spend that little $2.
True. True.
That's it.
True.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Nuri Muhammad, and whenever I'm searching for a source or a platform that I can get some news that I can use, I look forward to and look at, watch and listen to the Rockwell Radio Show, and I hope you would do the same.
Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. This is the Rockwell Radio Show. And oh my God, my guest tonight is my brother and yours from originally Mount Vernon. And he's kicking in with his brother tonight in the A. Welcome back to the show, my brother, I-Born. Come on, man. Come on,
yes,
man.
Sir, we here.
Let me get my beat going again.
Come on,
Let
let's
me get my
go.
beat
Let's go.
going back. So, my beat going. Man, so I said it in part one. And we was going to talk about the class. What is your take? Let's start with the general. What is your take on battle rap? Is it good or bad for the culture?
You know, the essence of battle rap, where it's transitioned to, its journey, brother. I mean, I've seen some battle raps, brother, with some things that were said, you know, were a major violation. And I'm surprised that, you know, I actually seen one brother punch one brother in the face during the battle. We've all saw that. It's a fine line, beloved. It really is a fine line. When you're dealing on a competitive nature and you're battling bars for bars, I think that's very healthy for hip hop. But when it gets to the point where when you're airing out somebody's laundry and just putting personal information out there, and when, you know, where's that now? People pay for information.
Bingo.
You know, and that's the bad thing right now, because you're paying for things that involves a black family. And I think, to me, that part right there, I'm not with. If you want to go bar for bar, and we're dealing with just straight word playing, we just seeing who has the best 16, I'm with it all day. But when you just start talking about the defamation of the family, the children, the children's mother, that's when you cross the line, to me, that I don't think is healthy for this. And when you start crossing on those lines right there, I think that's where the violence starts to come in. Because I don't know, as a man, you're not just going to say anything, you know. And these guys are multi-millionaires.
Come on.
And I just think, if you really wanted to get, do something, sell out a stadium.
Boom.
Bring your fans in there.
Boom.
And do it like the real battle rappers do. Face off.
On stage.
But like I said, this is the new era right here. So I don't even really consider that what we're going to speak about. I don't even consider that a battle. That's not a battle to me. That's just like the ultimate form of disrespect that's cleaned up to a point where it can get played on the radio.
Did you pick a winner yourself? Did you say that one was more victorious? We're talking about the battle of Kendrick Lamar, and we're talking about the battle with, of course, Drake. Was one victorious in your opinion?
Well, I'm gonna say like this, right? And this is a funny thing because my son, you know, he's a Drake fan, and I always tell my son, I'm like, listen, man, like, I can't be a Drake fan because I don't know if Drake writes his rhymes. So to me, this isn't R&B. R&B, you can get a ghostwriter, you can get away all day. But when it comes to rap, that's your mind over music, and you give it to the people. Kendrick is a different type of MC. He's just dope. And you know, I seen a clip of what the minister said. He said Kendrick's the boss, and that came from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So you know, if the Jesus stamped it, we don't really got to say nothing. But you know, I guess it's ongoing things that were said, shots that was thrown, jabs that was hitting at Kendrick, and you know, if you poke the nest, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna come out. And
Right.
He did what he did, you know. But it just got to a point where I never looked at it as beef. I didn't even look at it as a battle. You know, I heard the records, and like I said, because of Kendrick's creativity, of his content, of who he is, how witty he is, for him to put something together like that. I believe one of those songs like #1, and people made a dance off of it.
Facts.
And it was like, it's this record. So I didn't pick a side. I just listened to the music.
That's a key point.
I just listened to the music.
Key point right there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Rockwell. With me is my brother, I-Born, in the building. And we're going to take a quick peek. As I mentioned a moment ago, my guest just last week was Brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad. And I asked him an important question. In fact, the one I just asked you.
Right.
I want you to watch his response. And on the other side of that, I want you to give your comment.
I can only imagine what he's going to say.
Watch this.
Yes, sir.
You and I have to assess what's going on through the lenses of a savior for black people. And so when we look at it from that perspective, we as Muslims, we have to look at the bigger picture. We can't miss the forest for the trees.
Listen.
The bigger picture is, what are the reverberations of what we're hearing? However skillfully K-Dot pieced together his
plural.
However skillfully Drake put his together. The hip-hop heads out there can argue over those merits and let the resolution of that argument be the end of it. We look at, what was said and how will that play out in the community? So is battle rap good for the black community? I say yes. Is this good for the black community? Absolutely not. That's why I refuse to give it the credit of calling it battle rap. This nigga
Okay, we just heard Brother Dr. Wesley. Your thoughts?
I mean, he summed it up at the end, man. He said it was nigga.
Bong.
You know, I think everybody has their own way of looking at this, interpreting what was actually going on. You know, everybody's entitled to do what they want to do, but as you know, nation rappers, us in the Nation of Islam, should we pick a side? We got a lot of young brothers in the Nation of Islam.
True.
A lot of young brothers. These brothers are fresh off the street, and you know, maybe they can't really get with that type of positive rap or like that. So then it's like they go with what they're used to.
Right.
And this is a culture where this type of music is done. So should we take sides? I mean, in a perfect world, no. But everybody we have a free will to like what we like. Now to go on Instagram and start putting in the comments, you in the Nation of Islam, we shouldn't do all that. I mean, we have to have a code, as he said, keep a Messiah. We have to keep a Messiah at all times.
Come on.
So
man.
just some things I think we should stay out of, and keep it to yourself. If you like Drake, you like Drake. If you like Kendrick, you like Kendrick. But to sit there and get crazy with it and say Drake did it, nah, I don't think that's something that we should do.
Agree. Let's get back to you.
Right.
Let's get back to you. When you make your records, when you sit down and write, who are you writing for? Who is your audience? What do you want them to walk away with after having heard an iBorn record?
Well, for one, I want them to walk away knowing like he really penned that, like he's a lyricist. A lot of times when I write my music, I don't know, Allah's blessing me with a gift, beloved, where it's like I'm almost can like see into the future of the response that they're going to get from the music.
Crazy.
So that gives me an advantage. And I think I kind of tapped in, just like the 24 scientists, right?
Listen,
what did they do?
wow.
They hid themselves, and then there was a time where they convened and they tapped into the thinking of the people.
Right.
So that's what I do, beloved. I tap into the thinking of the people, and that gives me an advantage with the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to allow me to be able to tap into their thinking and see what they're missing and give them that missing element right there with the music. So, when the song is done, I just want to know, like, his mind is different. I may not understand a word,
right?
But you can go on your phone and Google anything.
Boom.
and that's it. So I'm just hoping that they get that I'm a real lyricist and that my content is universal and it's nothing corny about what we do in the nation of Islam.
When people hear your music and they approach you in the street, what's the most memorable thing you've heard someone walk up to you and say, either in the mosque or not in the mosque, that has been impacted by your music? What's the most memorable critique or reaction that you've ever gotten from your music?
That I believe somebody came to me and they said they were playing my song, Look What I Become, that was produced by the Heatmakers. And there was a part in there where I spoke about burning my house down when I was 2 years old.
True story?
It's an actual fact.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I really burnt my house down when I was 2 years old and I survived it. And the son was singing that particular part. I burned my house down at 2 years old playing with matches. And, he said it was a little awkward because his son never really, listens to music like that. But for some reason, that particular part stuck in his head. And I had the conversation with him and he really understood what I was saying. And, that was one that was memorable for me. And just for somebody to come up to me and tell me that what I've said in the song really touched him.
Come on.
It really touched him. For a believer to come to me and, say that your music is a positive influence on the children, that right there, I think is the biggest accomplishment that somebody can tell me, is that young children are listening to music that has culture to it.
Listen.
That's non-violent.
Right.
That has the teachings in it. And, it can lead them into a direction that's positive. I think that's a monumental thing right there to me.
People that do this for the love, and this is my opinion, are not like the people who do this for the bag. And now let's be real, we need the bag. We gotta eat.
Right.
But what motivates iBorn to walk that line to say, I gotta speak a word to the people, but we still have to have a medium of exchange? What motivates iBorn to work?
Just knowing that Allah has given me a gift that I can use, that can change somebody's life, that can set the tone from where hip hop is into another direction. That right there is a driving force. To know that I have the opportunity, that it's like a canvas, like a blank canvas.
Come on.
And I can paint my thoughts on this blank canvas. And you can receive these thoughts and you can take them and use them as a guide in your life. I think that right there is a driving force, what motivates iBorn to be able to do what he does. I mean, money's always a good thing. I didn't get back in the game for money.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Come on.
I gotta be real. I'm good. I did this for the love of the art.
Come on.
I did this for the love of the people. You know, so and just like my this project right here, this next project that we're gearing up to right now, it's called Born Again. It's produced by the Heatmakers. My Islam was really put to the forefront on this.
Come on now. Come on.
You heard the song that I had, The Honorable. The Heatmakers did this whole project, and I have a song that I dedicated to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it's such an incredible song because it's like me having open dialogue with the minister's lectures. I touched on the radiated seeds that was put in the minister, how they tried to kill him.
Powerful.
And so, Arsonist from the Heatmakers, he told me, he said, yo, listen, the last album was dope. He said, but this one right now, he said, do not be afraid to be who you are, because I have to keep it 100 with you, right?
Come on.
I never wanted to be labeled a nation rapper. I didn't want to do that, right? Not for a bad reason. It's because I didn't think I was worthy of holding that mantle of being a nation rapper.
Powerful.
To be a nation rapper is the ultimate and the highest compliment that you can get. It's better than being a street MC, but to be a nation rapper,
are y'all listening?
Is the greatest compliment that you can be. I think you have to qualify yourself to be a nation rapper.
Do you think that label, and I came up with the coin NOI hip hop. Do you think that label paints us into a corner?
I think it does paint us into a corner, but it's a corner of greatness.
Come on, man.
It's a corner of consciousness. It's a corner of knowledge of self. And that's something that's needed right now. That is a beautiful thing. So once I got myself into the mindset and said, you know what? I said, Master Fard Muhammad, use me. You choose to use me. And sure enough, as the God did.
Come on, man.
We got born again, and we got 9 songs, brother. And I'm going to tell you this right now, brother. Inshallah, I'll be back.
Come on, man.
I got this one song. It's going to ruffle some feathers, beloved.
Do y'all hear? That's what we're here to do. Is ruffle some feathers, black man.
I got to bust some things up, bro. I'm in a position now where I can do it. I'm qualified to do it. And, Allah saw fit for me to do it. We write our history in 25,000 years in advance, right?
Say that.
This podcast was already going to happen.
Come on.
So we here. So y'all get ready for Born Again and trust me, man. Oh, song Mind of the Messiah, my Lord.
Now, you got a video clip for us to watch, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's talk about this, right? The first single off of the Born Again project is called The Executive Council, featuring Donique and Ashe Quran, produced by the Heatmakers.
Let's watch a few moments of that real quick. Check this out, y'all.
I gave my brother my word and my word is bond. Put a message in the song, disguising atomic bomb. Sit at the round table, it's the meeting of the gods. The world's ours, but the people are lost. They moving too light there, I'm moving on light years. They don't got no sight here, where's God right here? Recognize my mic, yeah, tight roping like fears. These unfulfilled dreams eventually turn to nightmares. And untapped potential eventually lose hope. And unprotected spirits eventually get broke. That's why I'm always watching for those who want smoke. And wake up the world with a float of the moon boats.
Crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, this project right here, and I'm saying this humbly, right? There's not been a body of work to come out the ranks at this magnitude, at this level, with production, content, visuals. Oh no, we're gonna change the game with this, man. Born Again is coming. I need everybody to tap into this. You're gonna appreciate every song on this project, brother. I got so deep in this project, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Rockwell. That's Brother I-Born. And I'm telling you, what you just saw is the future of hip hop. I only got one last question, my brother.
Please, brother.
Now, we can clearly see where you're going.
Right, right.
We hear the quality. We see the quality. I think, and this is my view of hip hop, everybody fills a lane of some sort.
Right.
What lane do you believe that I-Born fills that's vacant?
I form a militant, fly, witty, Nation of Islam bravado.
Come on, man.
That has not been yet shown to the world.
Come on.
That lane, I'm going to shut that lane down. It's open up for me, and after me, it's going to be shut down. I promise you. I promise you. This lane right here, just to see the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is given to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, given to the population of the people at such a high quality, at such a dignified, masculine, upright
Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening?
Oh man, I'm just, to the people that's listening right now, you're gonna love this. And guess what? My brother Rockwell has exclusive rights to everything. So, me and my brother, we're gonna have a listening session, and whatever I get, I always gonna give it to this man first. So trust me when I tell you. And thank you for having me on the show,
brother.
I really appreciate your work. What you're doing for the Nation of Islam is incredible.
Praise be to Allah.
Your content, everything. May Allah continue to bless you, brother, and your family in this work.
Brother, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. And you're here on business, but you start talking to your little brother. And man, that's for you.
Anything for you, brother. Anything for you, anytime.
Tell the people where they can find you, follow you, support you. Please give them all that information.
On Instagram, _beloved. On Instagram, on Facebook, Beloved I-Born. So once again on IG, _Beloved I-Born. Right there, you'll get everything. You get all my exclusive content. You go to my link tree. You'll have everything that you need right there.
When is the project coming?
We're looking right now, I'm going to say late August.
Okay.
Of 2024.
Okay.
And you're going to know. You're going to know because some things are going to start shifting. You're going to start seeing.
Ooh, he said seismic shifts in the concrete.
Yeah, nah, brother. We're going to start shaking some things up, man. I just want to shout out Danique and Ashe Quran. Thank you for lending me your talents for the Executive Council. And I just want to please my nation.
Man, brother Danique, brother Ashe Quran, this chair is open for y'all whenever y'all in town, man. Come on. So, brother, we thank you.
Thank you.
We support you. And, man, we got your back, brother. We cannot wait to hear you tear this joker down. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Rockwell. That's Brother I-Born, and you've been tuned in to the Rockwell Radio Show. We are out of here. Salute. Now, if you got past all of that, you might as well keep on rocking with us. So come on, everybody, let's go. Radio show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. That means you too. Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. Subscribe. The Rockwell Radio Show, y'all. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. The Rockwell Radio Show. Come on now, y'all. Yeah. It's a dope episode, man. Come on, man. Top tripping.